So because we're talking about this game, I want to give the Jerk of the Week, and this comes from Michael Shore. He pointed this out too. I was going to give it to the NFC East because the Redskins are in it, right? Very much in it. But and I guess even the Giants are in it. But I'm going to give it to Chris Collinsworth, who I very much like. But I know some others don't. But I think he's pretty astute and calm and measured. But he said they were showing Aqib Talib, who played such a great game.
Aqib Talib.
See what I'm talking about?
There you go.
So,
Julio Talib.
Right, Julio Talib. So they're showing Talib. That's how I'm going to rectify it. I'm just going to go last names, right? So they're showing Talib, and and talking about what a great game he played, as you pointed out. And Collinsworth says, this guy had problems in Tampa. They kick him out of Tampa, essentially. He comes here. And, guys just come here and the problems go away. Like, there's something about being here that makes the problems go away. Aaron Hernandez. Michael pointed that out. I was like, that seems like a fair. Oh, right. Except sometimes 3 people get killed as a result. Allegedly.
So you're like 1A, you could say, is the NFC East.
The NFC East. And I like Collinsworth. I just thought that was funny. It's tough to mention that New England is a bastion of where you straighten things out when one of their troubled players may be the worst guy to ever play in the NFL.
I'll give you guys a moment to think of one in case you don't have one. Mine is Terrance Williams. Again, if you're going to stretch out, you got to know that you're going to get it. And he was a good, again, 3/4 of a yard away. He stretched out, ball comes out. That was the losers. They could have been in a great position with plenty of time to come back and win. They fumble, and then the Chargers just pretty much close it out. So I would go Terrance Williams for Jerk of the Week.
My Jerk of the Week is Matt Schaub for that horrendous pass. I mean, honestly, that pass is not permitted at any level of football.
I bet on the Cardinals this week because I thought Mike Glennon would make a pass like that, not a guy who's been a starter for 6 years.
He's stumbling backwards.
He put up like
throwing
Carson
the ball
Palmer
like this, with no opportunity to get any zip on it, and floats it in the direction of Richard Sherman. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Take a sack.
Agreed.
You're ahead.
Got to eat it.
Unfortunately, you have to agree with Steve. Schaub is the Jerk of the Week. There's just no way around it. I mean, even with the 5 interceptions that Flacco threw, and how many did Cutler throw? 4?
4. Well, he had 3 interceptions, 1 fumble.
One fumble where he's he's had the ball for 4 seconds. The pass rush is coming, and he's holding the ball.
It's below his hip.
So, come on, man.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a Matt Flynn play.
At least 9 turnovers there between those 2 quarterbacks, clowning the day away. And Schaub actually, had an interception in the beginning and then played reasonably well. But you can't dispute that he's the Jerk of the Week. Of course, everybody knows you don't throw that ball.
It's a statement game. I mean, you're supposed to be contending for the Super Bowl this year. This is supposed to be your year, and you make a play like that against.
You're talking about the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been competing for like the last 4 years.
They want to take it.
Going into this year, I would have favored them to make the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Yeah, a bunch of analysts picked them. I mean, and they're supposed to be there. They've said it themselves as Super Bowl or bust, and you can't get there with this kind of leadership and this kind of pathetic
I
quarterback
agree.
play.
That's why I haven't picked them for the last 4 years. They've always been that trendy wild. I'm not saying that. They've always been this trendy wild card pick. Like, oh yeah, that's going to be the team. They're never going to be that team. They're just not going to be that team.
Right. So my runner-up, by the way, is the Bengals. What are you doing against the Browns? What was that?
Browns are not bad.
How do you score 34 against the Packers and beat the Packers, and then turn around and score 6 against the Browns and lose to the Browns?
Because Brian Hoyer's a really damn good quarterback. Ben, Turk of the Week. What do you got?
Turk of the Week had a lot of nominees: Reggie Bush, Antonio Gates, and Phillip Rivers. I like those guys. I like the way they came back at down 21-10. Along the same lines, it came down then to Pete Carroll. You're down 20-3 on the road against a good team that can run the ball, and you just got the sense they knew they could come back. They kept knowing they could come back. It did take a big play, but they made the play. They didn't screw it up. Sherman made the play, so I want to give it to Pete Carroll. I will give it to Pete Carroll. My other choice was Patrick Peterson, who, when in a game with Mike Glennon, and the Cardinals hadn't really made big plays on defense, and he picked 2 balls off in the last 5 minutes of the game. He won that game for him.
I have 2 Turks of the Week, and I know that you're probably going to criticize my second one. My first one is Dexter McCluster.
We've never heard of?
Nope. Cade McNown. So, or Moses Moreno is a better one you've never heard of. It seems obvious to me that Dexter McCluster should get Turk of the Week because that was by far the best play of the year. I mean, he
great punt return.
evaded 6 guys.
Spin move right in the beginning.
It was fantastic, and that buried the Giants. However,
Such a great name.
co-Turk Dexter McCluster,
Yeah.
better than Jaquiz Rogers.
It is.
Interesting. My co-Turk of the week is Justin Tuck, because it's hard when you're 0-4 and you should probably be at least 2-2. But the fact that he's saying we're not turning on Tom Coughlin, don't turn on him right now, I think that's leadership. I mean, I really do like
right.
it. So those are my 2.
Yeah, so my Turk of the week is actually Adrian Peterson. In an era when it's all about passing and the amazing running back who carries a team is gone, he's the one guy, and he's doing it on a reconstructed ACL, and he is so good. Yeah. I mean, that 60-yard run that he broke off was amazing.
That was great.
I mean, he's like leaping over defenders, twisting, cutting, with so much power and speed, and he got his fullback back this week, Jerome Felton, and he was really happy about that. Last year he averaged 4.5 yards without Felton on the field. With Felton he averaged 6 yards a carry, and this season his yards per carry was 4.1. And yesterday he boosted that quite a bit because he had not that many carries.
23 for 140.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
incredible.
And every week he breaks it off. And they're not that talented at quarterback, so the other team, they're always stacking the box.
Matt Castle's not talented?
To stop Peterson.
He went to USC.
I heard,
and Peterson comes through every single week. He's
quickly,
unbelievable.
I heard a little piece of information that I can't reveal its source, but nonetheless I heard at practice,
source.
Matt Castle had great rapport with Greg Jennings, which prompted me to bet the Greg Jennings over. 70-yard touchdown pass first play, and they did. Matt Castle, not
That's
good,
a pretty good source, actually.
but a professional quarterback, and it made a difference. Yeah.
NaVorro Bowman single-handedly demolished the Rams on Thursday night. I was worried because Patrick Willis wasn't in the game. I was like, and the 49ers defense haven't been that great in the first 3 weeks. And NaVorro Bowman's like, no, I'm a one-man wrecking machine, and I will destroy your defense and break your back. And he did. It seemed like he made every tackle, was in it on every play, and that by the end, Sam Bradford was like, where the fuck is Bowman? Where's Bowman? Oh my God, he's gonna hurt me. He's gonna hurt me. So when Willis comes back, they have Willis and Bowman. Ooh, watch out.